Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to your Sunday tonic. We're starting a little earlier today because of the load shedding in South Africa for our guests. Hopefully, you can still join us. It's the couples game show tonight, and we have on the couple's hot seat Pastor Solomon and his wife, Queen. I like to call her Queen Naomi. So the Rikeza Kingdom, they are seated here today. And I will tell you something very fantastic about this woman. She just had a baby some 3-4 days ago. And yet she said, Mama, I'm going to sit here and still do this. I don't know if that's not love. What is love? So welcome. I really appreciate your sacrifice and your being here. And congratulations again on expanding the Rikenza Kingdom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Ma.
We have a second jewel. I'm so grateful to God, and I'm so happy because I started their love story. Yeah. I was their counselor. Yeah. They got wedded in our church, and they are here. Reverend, I've even added Reverend. Pastor Solomon is now a pastor. It's spiritual promotion. You're going to It's not our pastor at our South African branch, and that's him and his beautiful wife here today. So let's jump into the show so we can spend some time with you before the government do what they know how to do best. It is well. All right, over to Mama Titi. Mama Titi is our host on the couple show tonight. Let's have some fun. And if you're seeing us for the first time, go subscribe at Men Faces TV on YouTube and at Men Faces on Facebook. Let's go. Let's kick off.
Hi guys, it's good to have you guys here. You know, I was also saying that you guys are looking good. I actually meant her. She's making you look good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for this, for being here. So let's start from the very beginning. The very popular questions. How did you guys meet? I know that there are usually two versions to this story, so let's start with the sweetest version first.
Who's going to start?
Okay, let me start it.
That's fine.
Okay, how did we meet? No, our story was very, very interesting. It's a very interesting one, how we met. I remember I was serving in the church, doing quite a lot of things in the church. I was the head usher in my church, and the church has just moved to a new place. So on that, in South Africa, what happens is some church halls, they mix with other churches. So we have others coming in the morning, others in the afternoon. So we do that. Right. So we had just moved to this place. It's new, and being the head usher, I'm the person who starts church. Like, I come earlier than everyone, every time, every service. Come very early, even like 2 hours earlier, make sure the church is cleaned, make sure everything is in order. So that's what I used to do. I'll come very early. And so what happened is, on that particular Sunday, their church was also using the same church hall, right? So when he came, they came before us. So we were doing the afternoon service and they were doing the morning service. So he also was serving in his church and I'm serving in my church, and he's always the last person who leaves church. He's last and I am first who comes in from my church. So he makes sure that everything is in order before he goes home. And I have to make sure everything is in order before the service starts. So, how God does things. So I actually believe like God brought us together because he just wanted us to be in that space where I'm going to notice him and he's going to notice me, because if it was a church service, I don't think we would have looked at each other at all or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it was all like, if you take it just looking at, okay, God brought us together. Because when I came in the church, and he was actually waiting for us to come in so he can give us the key and stuff. And when I got in, there he was. I met him in the church inside, and I was coming in. So it was really just me and him that moment. It
Did you
was,
know him before?
we could say love at first sight, because that time I was really, my mind was like in school and work and stuff. So I was not really focused on men, and I was not really looking into relationships, anything like that. My mind was just not in it. So I think God wanted to like put me, to think it or anything like that. So I met him, and there I was, the way he was looking, as if somebody's just been transformed, or I don't know,
Oh.
the movie or what, because this guy was just looking extra and not like your normal everyday guy. He was too clean, too well put together, and everything, like everything about. He's a tall guy. Those of you that knows him, he's very tall. So he's that person that you will notice. He's very tall. He was looking very well and clean and everything. So I was just like, I'm like, okay, this guy, I'm sure he's married or something because he's well put together. But at that moment when I met him, like, I was, even my heart, everything, I could say it was love at first sight, because
Wow.
everything was just beat, like it was just, I was just not normal. That moment where you say, okay, what just happened? Like, who is this guy? Like, what is going on here? And he was well put together, and I was like, ah, nah, he's a married man, and married man, it's a no, we don't even. So I'm talking to him, and we're both from Congo, so as we all know, in Congo we speak French, and he was speaking to me in French, right? But that time, I don't know what happened at that time, because I was asking myself what's going on. I wasn't really focusing. So he asked me a question in French. I responded something else, but I responded in English. So, and he was like, okay, no, she's South African. Okay. Like that was his conclusion. Okay, she's South African. She does not understand the language or anything. And it had nothing to do with language, just that I had lost focus. Because I was trying to understand what is
Swept off
happening.
your feet.
Like, what is happening here? And yeah, so that's what happened. And we really didn't talk about love or friendship or anything like that. But that meeting in itself was something that really stood out, and made me think about him, and made him think about me. So it was more like that. And after that, I had exams, so I disappeared. I was not going to church. I had spoken to my pastor. I'm like, just give me time, because I'm working a lot at church, and I'm a student. I also work. So now that I have exams, just give me time. Let me focus on my exams. When I'm done, I'll come back. So I was not coming to church. And this guy does not even know my name, because he didn't even ask for my name, So he does not know my name, does not know my number, does not nothing. And I was gone at that time. I was writing. So it was like on pause. And he went looking for me to my pastor. He's like, no, I'm looking for this girl. She's tall. She's this. He does not know my name. Does not know anything, any details. Like, no, she works for you. She's the one who starts the church. Blah, blah, blah.
So who exactly are you looking for?
Yeah, he's looking for me. And then, okay, so my pastor noticed that, okay, he does not know me, because he would have obviously said my name, because I was very famous, being the head usher, all the women, like everybody knows me in the church. So if when you mention my name, you will know. He understood that he was talking about me, but he wanted to hear, like, does he know this person? So he kept on describing and describing and describing. And I remember my pastor called me. He's like, Naomi, a lot of people are looking for you at church. Please do come back fast. I'm like, sir, we spoke about this. I'm writing. So I also didn't think it was some man looking for me. I just know that at church, because I was really known and I was serving so much, I just got it like, okay, it's the church members and stuff. And when I got back, he told me like, so there's this, he told me his name, Solomon from the other church has been looking for you. I said, Solomon, who's that? I don't know him. So that's how it was. He looked for me, and then he noticed my mentors. He became friends with my mentors. just so we can talk. And even when I got back, I saw that now this guy that I met, this married man I met,
In your head.
I saw he's now like coming to church. He started coming to our church. He started coming
No,
to
I came
church.
to control.
He started coming to our church. I started seeing him around my mentors. So I have to greet him. I mean, um, he's talking to my mentor. If I have to talk to him, I have to
Have to
greet
say
him. So that's how we
hello.
started. So I'll greet him. I'll greet him. Then there was a time like this. I don't know what was it, a wedding or somewhere. There was something that happened at church, a program or something, and he came, and then we got to talk. That's when we exchanged numbers. So it started off with a friendship,
Mm-hmm.
friendship, and because our
So,
church brothers are the army, so they make it really look like it's just friendship.
and nothing more.
So yeah,
I
and
love this kind of
I'm not,
friendship.
I'm not that type of a woman that will make whatever move, whatever. I really respect. I think I value myself, so I'm just like I'll give you your space as well. So it was that kind. It was a friendship. We prayed together. We had prayer meetings. He started joining our prayer meet. He came to almost everything that I was doing. Now he started visiting.
Mhm. Come
He
on
would
now.
join everything. So I started seeing him often, and we started talking, and we became closer friends apart from just like spiritual praying and not. So I started telling him about my life, my past relationship. At that time, my ex wanted to come back to marry me, and was proposing to come back, and I was telling him about it. I'm like, oh, my ex. I was telling how we ended the relationship, and he's coming back. He wants to get married. Wants us to get married. Yeah. So that was what pushed everything.
Wow.
Yes, that's what pushed everything. Because I
So the
already
way
accepted the fact that we are
Solomon
just
is
friends.
smiling, it seems like he's agreeing with your own version of the story. So was
So
it
I
love
already we were
at first
friends,
sight
and when
for
I,
you
so I
too?
told him, yeah, I told him that okay, this is what's happening and stuff. And then he's like, no, if you don't trust him, if not, don't you don't have to go back to him, whatnot. So he did discourage me completely from going back.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You
I
did,
told you to.
you did.
I told you to talk to
Ah,
him.
he's like, if you don't trust him, you don't have to do it.
Yeah,
Not
it's
so.
not discouraging. It's an advice.
Yeah.
But
He
was it?
advised me against
Can you
it.
hear me? Can you hear me? Was it love at first sight for you too, Solomon?
Me,
Yeah. And
yes,
it seems
yes.
like you agree with this version of the story. So let me just move on from.
That's
Let's take it
I'll,
and ask.
it was the first time I encountered that. It was the first experience. Like, yeah, you meet someone and you just feel that this is the person, this is the one. And I remember the
Mhm.
same day, the same night, like the same Sunday, I went back to my friend that we were sharing, like the brother church. Say I met a girl in that church. If she agrees, I'll marry her.
Wow, that
That was
fast?
the first day I saw her. The first thing I told my friend, because like my heart was convinced that she's the right one.
Wow. Wow. So it was love at first sight. Like, does it really happen that fast? Because I hear it all the time. They say, maybe for the woman, it takes her a while. She has to pray and think, But for the guys, it happens like once they know, they know. Is that true?
Yeah, that was depend on men and what they want. And I found what I wanted, what I put in my list what I wanted, and there are things that I say that no matter what will happen, I think she's the one who work
Wow.
everything else
Else
later.
together. Wow, fantastic. Okay, so because of our time, I'll usually have a lot of questions for you guys, but since you've answered one, just pick a number 1 to 5, then we can quickly answer that one. Since she has gone first, you pick a number 1 to 5. Let's see.
Say 4.
Number 4. Okay, so how long have you guys been? That's not the question, no, but how long have you guys been married?
It be 2 years and 1 month.
Okay, so two years plus now. So question number 4 is tell us one thing or two that has
Yeah.
sustained your marriage so far. I mean, it's been 2 years since you were feeling the feeling that you've never felt before. So, how's it been since that time? What do you think has sustained your marriage and will continue to sustain the marriage relationship?
I will say that the first thing is God first. It's God. Since the beginning, we one thing we wanted to put as a foundation of our relationship was God. We agreed to put God in the center of everything, to take time to pray, and we wanted to be God for God first. And the second thing for me, I'll say on my side, it's the commitment first that I put to myself to honor her and go to with what I said, what I promised, to make sure that I honor my deal, the part of my deal, that this is what I say, to be responsible about all the engagement and the promises I made to her, the vow we made before God as well. And that's the first. The second thing, and the love. It's like the love for her, it grows every day.
Oh. Okay, Naomi, what do you think has sustained the marriage and would continue to sustain the marriage relationship?
Well, I would say almost the same thing. It's almost the same thing. It's a commitment to one another. I think we said we are staying in here no matter what. So it was that commitment, that agreement that if we are getting married, we are getting married. Whatever will happen, we'll forgive. Whatever will happen, we'll solve. So it was that thing. We are going to solve it. We are going to forgive it. We are going to do it together. But we are going to stick together. So I think it was, So it's a commitment, and we believe God put us together. So we're doing this. Yeah. God in the center.
That's wonderful. I just love that attitude. We are here together. Just like people say, but you're not dying there. We live here.
Yes.
So no matter what happens, you forgive it and you keep moving. That's wonderful. So God commitment and that attitude, that mindset, really, that we are here together. So quickly choose your own number before we move to something else quickly.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2. Okay. Number 2 is, how did you know that he was the one, and what did you do, or what happened for you that made you that gave you the confirmation that yes, he's the one, so let's go ahead and do this?
Okay. All right. How did I know he was the one? First of all, I prayed about it. As Christians, we have to pray before we make any decision, Hey, especially that one. I was very scared of that kind of decision. The marriage decision, that was the most scariest decision ever. I didn't want to make any mistake. So I prayed about it. I spoke to my pastor and then my mentor as well. And so that was really my first. And secondly, I also looked at the character and what I was looking for in a man. I wanted somebody that will not just.
There were 2 lists here because he had his own list. And you had your own.
I didn't just want somebody that will just love me. I wanted somebody who's a good person. Okay, because there are men. Some men will love you and not maybe love people around you. They don't treat people good. They're not good. They're not good people, but they love you. So I didn't want that situation. I wanted a good man. Somebody that relates well to people, that cares about people, that has a good heart. I know my heart, and I wanted somebody who would understand it. That if I want to give, I should be able to give easily, and not be stopped. If I believe in doing like orphanage work, giving out to the poor and things like that. So I wanted somebody with that kind of heart, and obviously a man with a good character, an intelligent man, a responsible man. It's just the list goes on. But the most important thing, I was looking for a man with a good heart, and I saw it in him. He's wow. Yeah. Wow. So how did I know he was the one? I prayed. My heart was convinced. The Lord convinced my heart. I also checked his character.
What was different? Because so the other relationship, the Lord did not convince your heart, because I don't understand what made this.
Okay, the other relationships, it's that this is really the difference. It's the conviction there. The other relationship, I think I was basing it more on, I'm a very academic person. So my ex, for example, he was a lawyer with masters. So I think our relationship, yeah, that was
Was
the
based on
part that I
that.
was really focusing. Oh, this guy is educated, he's responsible, he's doing well for himself. So I think it was that. It was more on on that part. But if I pray about it, I don't feel it, like I don't feel it.
Oh.
God has not given an approval on that relationship, but everything else was okay. His character as well, he didn't have that heart I was looking for, because he's that type of person that made it clear, like it's you, Naomi, and if we get married, I'm marrying you. He made it clear, like let's be clear about this. I'm marrying you, not your friends, not your other relatives. So that was a really turn off, because he made it clear, like, I'm not marrying your relatives. And when I marry you, you come to my house, you are my family. He was that type
Oh.
of person. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. At that time, I loved him, so I didn't really pay attention to that. I would think about it there and there, but I didn't really pay attention to that. But I knew that that's not what I wanted. I wanted that kind of man that would love my family, love my friends, love the people around me, and the things I do and the things I love. So I would say, no, he stood out. His character stood out. Like, he's such a humble man, young man, good looking and humble. That is something that to put together, it's just it's almost impossible to put
Blushing
together.
man. It's blushing man.
Have it all, but they'll maybe miss that humility. Unique man.
Yeah.
For me, that what stood out the most is his character. Is just amazing. He's just amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. So I don't know how much time we have left, Mama. I wanted to quickly do the rapid 1 minute question. How much time do we have left?
And keep going until their power goes off.
And okay. Okay, so
It just might not go immediately as we expect, but let's just see what we can do until it goes off.
okay, so before the power goes off, let's quickly do the rapid questions. 1 minute question, not less than 1 minute. Fast. So between the both of you now, I'm just going to ask a few questions. Who is the more spontaneous one? Who is more spontaneous? Like, just like that. Sharp. More spontaneous.
Me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the spender?
Spender. Oh my God.
Who is the saver? The saver. We must
The
save.
saver.
Who is the stricter one?
Gosh. But I think it
Strict,
depends.
strict,
Okay, I think we'll have to define strict. We'll have to define strict here.
Strict, like rules, regulation. This is the
Who's
way
like-
it is. This is
Yeah,
what
no,
the
it
way
has to
should
be me. It has to be
Who is the
me.
more adventurous one?
Adventurous.
Oh, who is the funny one?
Obvious.
Okay.
Obvious.
All right. So before the power goes out, Solomon, maybe you should pick one more number. Then
Let's pick one. Just number one.
okay, let's pick number one. It's really not a question. It's just like this one I've asked you guys. So amongst both of you, who is the early riser or night owl? Among both of you, between both of you, who is the early riser or night owl?
Okay, please can you specify the question like explain?
Like between both of you, who is
Yes.
the early riser? Who is the morning person? Or
Okay.
the night person, you know?
I think both of it's me. On both sides.
Yeah, he's on both sides. For me, there have to be a reason. Okay, nights, there have to be a reason. Night, I'll do if it's studying. Like, there must be something that is pushing me to stay late, and then wake up early. It's something must push me. I'm going to work or something, or I need to do something early. Then I'll wake up early. So I'm not a regular. I wouldn't say early.
morning
I'm not in the
person.
night. Nights, no, night is completely off. But early, it depends. Something has to push me, but he's a night. Yo,
Uh-huh.
hi.
I sleep late. I wake up early.
Early. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about each other, as in you're talking about the other person. The question. So if you're going to answer the question, you're answering the question for about the other person, right?
Okay.
So, if money was not a problem, what's the first thing he would invest in? If money was not a problem, then you tell us whether she's right or not.
Okay.
If
Who's
money
answering
was,
first?
you are answering about him. So if
Okay.
money was not a problem, what's the first thing he would invest in?
Okay. That has to be farming. Farming will be his first investment.
Okay, Solomon, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. That was quick. That was quick. So we'll give it to you.
Okay.
All right. So okay, so the question is about her now.
Okay.
What is her favorite vacation spot? Or where
Favorite
she would
vacation?
love to go vacationing?
I'll say
You know,
like
normally we'll tell you guys to write these things, but we don't have that time right now. So
Yeah.
if I want to take in vacation like
no, if
the
where she wants to go to.
yes,
Her
which you
favorite,
want
yeah.
to go to, it's be like something like Zanzibar, IT.
These options are becoming too much. Oh.
Only one.
Because if you give us 10
One.
options now, it has to fall into one of them. So which
No,
one?
like I'll say
Zanzibar?
like Zanzibar.
Okay. Naomi, is that
Sister
correct?
Naomi.
It's true. It's true.
If we were
You
writing
guys
it now, we would have caught the people. We would
That's
know
how I was
which
even
one
laughing.
Okay. Okay, so the very last question for you guys before I hand over to Mama. So okay, Naomi is the one answering about him, right?
Okay.
If he was angry, what would his first reaction be? If he was
If he's
angry, he was
angry.
upset.
Okay, most of the time you'll be quiet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Most of the time you'll be quiet or walk away. When
Is
he's
that
very
correct?
angry, you walk away.
Yes.
So if she was upset, what would her first reaction be? Ah, that means she will laugh. That's what you guys are telling us, that she will just start burst into laughter.
It depends now on what you did to her. But if she's very
Okay, now.
angry, she will mostly keep quiet because she knows that if she speaks, it it will not be fine.
It will be war.
Keep quiet until I realize that she's angry and come to sort things out. Otherwise, she will
Okay.
keep quiet. If she's not very angry, she will speak a lot. She'll start speaking, murmuring, complaining.
Naomi, is that correct?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for your honest answers. It was fun chatting with you guys. Mama, over to you.
Okay. Welcome back. I'm really looking at the time and I'm afraid whether we're going to have any opportunities to be able to do anything more. But thank you so far. You've been a very, very, very good sport. Thank you, Titi, for those questions. You know me now. When I start asking my questions now, it seems start getting deeper and deeper. I try to let's try to keep it a bit interesting. Okay, so my own first question would be, what would Solomon do that would be unforgivable? So, I mean, don't Christianize it. You say, oh, as a Christian, I can forgive everything. But as a person, what can Solomon do to you that you would consider unforgivable?
As a human Christian with flesh and blood.
No, don't remind her that she's a Christian and a mama.
As a human Christian living on earth here.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me.
Okay, Mama, that one is a tough question, ma.
Exactly. This is now the
It's
questions are
very
starting.
tough.
The seat is getting hot.
Yeah, yo, okay. I wouldn't really say not forgive him, but
It's a bit hard.
I will forgive eventually, but maybe something that I'll probably walk away or something. When I start feeling like I'm not loved anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
If you when you start doing things to show me that I don't need you anymore, I don't love you anymore, I think I can walk away because I don't want to be in a space where I'm not loved.
Hmm.
I think that, but to say I will not forgive, ah, I think I would have to think deeper.
What makes you what makes you feel loved? I'm going to ask Solomon his own questions before the light goes off. But tell me,
What
what
makes me
makes
feel
you
loved?
feel loved? Yes, let's make it easy for Solomon so he can know what
Okay.
he will continue to be doing. We don't want you walking away.
I think he understands that. But anyways, let me answer. What would make me feel loved is when I'm given consideration. I'm showed that I'm cared for. When he's around, when he shows care, when he's able to go.
Okay.
Oh, I hope you haven't lost them yet.
I hope
All out for me,
okay.
Oh,
able to
okay.
sacrifice. Yeah, I think that's I still feel loved because I'm not very much of a
All
Oh,
right. I think their network is
she's
what is
gone off now.
misbehaving. Maybe power is gone in some areas and usually to start affecting the network. But if we can get them back, it would be nice. If that's the end, anyways, we've had our fun. If you can come back, that's great. I think I like the response of this couple so far today.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved them as people who are very down to earth and sincere about, when I every time I hear that story of how both of them were fixed at each other, and I think it was love at first sight for the two of them.
Yeah.
The first time I heard the story too, I was so happy that a woman could say, "I saw him and I really felt, oh my God, this hunk of a man, and he's really a hunk of a guy. Truthfully, quite handsome." So I'm very happy that they are down to earth about their relationship, about their feelings for each other. Like I said, it was a privilege to have mentored them, and to have handled their premarital classes. Even during the classes, yes, their responses were always so on point and so down to earth, no pretenses whatsoever within them. I'm happy that they are making progress. They are married. They are happy. They are joyful. If you're just joining us, it's the couple games show today. However, we had to start a bit early because of the power situation in South Africa. Our couple, Pastor Solomon and Sister Naomi, joined us from South Africa today, and ESCOM is doing wonders in that country right now. So, quite unfortunately, I think the power is gone, and they've gone. We just had about 30
Yeah.
minutes with them. Next time, we're going to have a full hour, hopefully, with the next couple. A lot of interesting things are happening on this platform. We're not just having conversations now. We are having conversations, but different styles of conversations. So there's a hot seat, there's the Q&A, there's the couples game show, there's the talk and the conversations in details about topics. And next month, the month of love, as the world calls it, we will be talking about self-love. We will try
Mm-hmm.
to expatiate on what it means to love yourself, because even the Bible says to love your neighbor as yourself. Many people forget that part about loving your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself, and not less than yourself, but as yourself. So we first need to be able to define the love of ourselves to be able to love others. Next Sunday is going to be our Q&A, and we're going to be coming here to discuss one or two questions. If you have a question, please send it to our WhatsApp. There's a WhatsApp number on the Facebook page. Once you send a message to us, we can get it directly, or even leave the question just on the page there. You can also leave us a question on our YouTube channel at Men Fences TV. All right, thank you so much for your time and for your attention. Thank you, Sister Titi, for Coach Titi, for jumping in even at such short notice. And thank God we're still able to have this couple show today. You are a couple, you want to feature on our hot seat, or you want to feature on our couples game show, please let me know. You're welcome. Just send me a message. Like I would always say, it's a platform for all and everyone is welcome. You have a beautiful love story, you think the world needs to hear it, it can help one or two, three persons. Why not? Come tell us your story and let's see how we can help others. Thanks again to Solomon and Naomi. Great sacrifice they made. Also, Naomi had a baby this week, so you can
Wow,
imagine. Yeah, she came back from the hospital
that's
yesterday.
awesome.
I was really, really afraid and like, oh, are we still gonna have? She said, yes, ma'am, I will, unless they don't discharge me. If they discharge me and I'm home, we'll definitely come. So yeah, such great sacrifice. I really, really appreciate you both for being here, and I pray that that first love will continue to grow and blossom in Jesus' name. Thank you, TT. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep joining the page, keep engaging with us. You have a question, like I said, you have a topic, you have something you want us to talk about, please send us a message. We are open to your conversation. Thanks to everyone who has sent in their comments tonight. God bless you. Have a love filled week, everyone.